Good evening. You're watching the Sultan of Oman television, 7 o'clock English news. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, confers medals of Royal Commendation and Accident Service on a number of senior Royal Oman police officers. The Sultan calls on the United States and Iran to predominate dialogue, language and diplomatic means in solving disputes. And Oman factory for dairy products opens, and Usufruct agreement to establish urea factory is signed, and a foundation stone is laid for industrial projects in Salalah Free Zone. Well, those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, conferred medals of Royal Commendation and Accident Service on a number of senior Royal Oman Police ROP officers. The medals were conferred by His Excellency Sheikh Al-Fadl bin Mohammed Al-Harthi, Secretary General of the Council of Ministers, at a ceremony held at Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences on the occasion of the Royal Oman Police Day. His Excellency, the Inspector General of Police and Customs, greeted the officers, indicating that the honouring comes from His Majesty's keenness to appreciate the continuous efforts by the ROP affiliates to develop this dear country under the wise leadership of His Majesty the Sultan. His Excellency, the Inspector General of Police and Customs, has also conferred the proficiency medals to a number of senior ROP officers and honoured a number of those who spent long time in service. The Royal Oman Police celebrated today its annual day, which falls on the 5th of January every year. The celebration witnessed the graduation of runs of officer cadets at the military parade at Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences in the Wilaya of Nizwa. The ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Al-Fadl bin Mohammed Al-Harthi, Secretary General of the Council of Ministers. The celebration started with the arrival of the chief guest, then the royal anthem was played and the military salute was performed for the chief guest. After that, the commander of the parade requested the chief guest to inspect the first column of the parade. Then the graduates performed the slow and normal military march. And after that, the chief guest honored the toppers of the graduates. Then the graduates chanted Nasheed, Guardian of the Rights, and called thrice of the life of His Majesty. And within the celebration of the 5th of January, the Royal Oman Police Day, His Excellency Sheikh Al-Fadl bin Mohammed Al-Harthi, Secretary General of the Council of Ministers, launched the website of Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences. This came to harmonize with the accelerated development witnessed by the Royal Oman Police in various police fields. The website will contribute in uplifting the role of Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences in educational qualification and cultural level through introducing the activities and events of the academic facility and its cultural publications, in addition to consider it as a communication platform with various society segments and those concerned about the academic aspects. On the other side, ROP also launched the smart authorization cards for their affiliates. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued statements stating that the Sultanate follows up with great interest the latest unfortunate developments of unrest in its escalation between the United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran. It calls the two sides to engage in dialogue using diplomatic means in solving disputes in a way that ends the conflict in the region. The Sultan also calls the international community to seize the opportunity to dissuade both sides from escalating the situation by intensifying efforts to achieve security and stability in the region. At an investment value of 70 million US dollars, the Free Zone in Salalah held a ceremony to mark the opening of Oman factory for dairy products. The zone also signed a usufruct agreement to establish a urea factory at an investment value amounting to 285 million US dollars. The factory built area is 150,000 square meters with a production capacity reaching 570,000 tons of urea annually. The project will create around 550 job opportunities for job seekers in Oman. This goes in line with the Sultan's efforts to diversify the income sources in the Sultanate as well as non-oil activities which contribute in boosting the national economy. Ali bin Mohammed Tabuk, Executive President of the Salalah Free Zone, stated that the zone succeeded in localizing 80 usufruct agreements with an investment value reaching 3.2 billion Omani riyals. Also, His Excellency the Minister of Tourism stated the Salalah Free Zone plays a pioneering role, development role through attracting foreign and local investments. He as well added that the zone play a significant role in supporting the Sultan's efforts to reduce dependency on oil. During the ceremony, foundation stone was laid for 3 vital projects through direct foreign investments. The foundation stone was laid for Iron National Industry Factory in an area of 86,000 square meters. The project will produce 300,000 of iron-based products annually, which will be used in manufacturing of refrigerators and generators. The investment value of this project reaching 500 million Omani riyals. The foundation stone was also laid for a bus manufacturing factory with a production capacity amounting to 1,500 buses annually. The factory will be built in an area of 50,000 square meters with foreign capital exceeding $50 million. And the foundation stone for a drinking water factory was also laid with a production capacity exceeding 4 million cartons of water annually. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed al-Amani, Minister of the Royal Office, received General Sir Nicholas Carter, Chief of Staff of the British Armed Forces, who is currently visiting the Sultanate. The two sides reviewed the good bilateral relations earmarked binding the Sultanate with the friendly United Kingdom to achieve the mutual interests. During the meeting, cordial talks were exchanged and a number of matters of common concern were discussed. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, also received General Sir Nicholas Carter, Chief of Staff of the British Armed Defence, and his accompanying delegation. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and discussed matters of mutual concern, in addition to review existing military relations between the Sultanate and the United Kingdom and means of enhancing them. His Excellency Abdulaziz Mohammed Al-Rawasi, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for the Cultural Affairs, received a number of students of Ibrahim American Foundation currently visiting the Sultanate. His Excellency, the advisor, introduced these students to the Sultanate development policy and covered Oman with its various topography and its various achievements in the development fields, in addition to the Sultanate role in preserving regional and international peace and security in cooperation with friendly and brotherly countries. Still to come, our news bulletin. The Minister of Social Development held a meeting with private sector entities to enhance partnership in supporting Tamkeen programs. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The State Administrative and Financial Audit Institution has submitted the annual report of the institution to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos on the results of its works for the year 2018. It's also sent a copy of the report of the Council of Ministers, Shura and State Councils in implementation of provisions of the state's basic statute. The annual report of the institution included a number of issues and notes reached by the institutions as a result of its implementation of the auditing procedures on some units of the administrative apparatus of the state, public companies, authorities and establishments covered by auditing of the institution. The Minister of Health and the Royal College of Physicians in the United Kingdom signed today an agreement to develop a Centre of Clinical Excellence in the Sultanate, which is the first of its kind outside the UK. More details of a report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai.
A centre of clinical excellence in the Sultanate will be the first of its kind outside the United Kingdom. The agreement for developing the centre was signed by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health, and Professor Andrew, President of the Royal College of Physicians, in the presence of the Honourable Dr. Muna As-Sadoun, Dean of College of Medicine and Health Sciences at Sultan Qaboos University, and His Excellency Dr. Hilal bin Ali As-Sabti, President of Oman Medical Specialty Board, Their Excellencies Ministry of Health and the Secretaries and Minister of Health senior officials. Speaking at the press conference following the signing of the agreement, His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health, said,
"And we are delighted and proud actually for Oman to be chosen for this centre. The reason why is Oman chosen is very obvious. Firstly, the very good relationship between the Sultanate of Oman and the United Kingdom, and we've just signed the comprehensive agreement with the United Kingdom. By we I mean the Sultanate of Oman. Secondly, the progress in healthcare in Oman is well known internationally. And this centre, the purpose of it, to be the centre of excellence for training, not only for physicians, but for other healthcare providers as well. And it's not only in clinical care, but leadership in healthcare is extremely important. Without leadership, whatever skills you have as a doctor or a nurse or a physiotherapist is not going to work if you don't have good leadership in the center where you are practicing. So it's a multi-purpose center. It's the first center worldwide outside the United Kingdom. Our work with the colleges of physicians and surgeons in UK started in the 70s, and many of Omani doctors are either members or fellows of different colleges in the UK. So this is basically the icing on the cake of the relationship which has been there for many years.
Professor Andrews stressed at the press conference, saying that the Royal College of Physicians Centre of Excellence in Oman will offer a world-leading centre for medical training and education, quality improvement, and will enhance a Royal College of Physicians membership engagement for those in Oman and the wider region.
This centre will be the first operation for the Royal College of Physicians outside of the UK. The purpose is to promote education, training and support for both physicians but also all parts of the healthcare workforce over the coming years. Our strengths are in defining the standards and helping to promote those standards for healthcare. And that's what we've been doing for the past 500 years. That's why the college was set up to do that. Our relationships with Oman are very strong. We've got lots of friends here and we've been working here in various contexts over the past 2 decades.
Moreover, the RCP Centre of Excellence would support the multi-professional workforce in Oman through delivery of system-wide and focused education standards and professional support. The Centre of Excellence marks a long-term commitment to the clinical community in Oman and the surrounding region and will be used to develop capacity in the coming years. It should be noted that building on its 500-year history, the RCP continues to play a leading role in the delivery of high-quality patient care by setting standards of medical practice and promoting clinical excellence. The RCP provides physicians in the United Kingdom and overseas with education, training and support throughout their careers. As an independent body representing over 1,000 fellows and members worldwide. The RCP advises and works with the government, the public, patients and other professions to improve health and healthcare. The primary interest of the RCP is supporting health systems to deliver high-quality care for patients.
The Research Council funded 21 academic and research institutions in the Sultanate worth 1.2 million Omani Riyals. The Council's activities witnessed a significant development in 2019, which reflected positively in the empowerment process and of the Research Council and Innovation Development System in the Sultanate. The Sultanate achieved a notable advance in the Research Council system as it's working on preparing a national strategy for scientific research and development for the upcoming 20 years. The National Strategy for Scientific Research goes in line with the Sultanate's Vision 2040. The Research Council also funded 420 researchers in 2019. The Council linked its academic researchers with the private sector through finding a solution for oil and gas sectors, which help in enhancing production process in these two sectors. The Research Council adopted a number of graduation projects for students which focus on the fourth industrial revolution, namely Internet of Things, information security and big data. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry urged consumers to purchase and use electrical appliances that comply with the Omani and Gulf specifications and standards, advises consumers about the purchase of electrical appliances. The Ministry also drew the attention of consumers to ensure the existence of the Gulf Tracking Code and Quick Response Code on the electrical appliances and read the safety instructions and guidance attached with the electrical products before start of using it. This came within the keenness of the Ministry about the safety of the users of those appliances and avoiding the bad impacts that may cause. To familiarize them with the Tamkeen program and its endeavors, the Ministry of Social Development held a meeting with the private sector entities aiming to enhance partnership with those entities to support Tamkeen programs. The event was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Saeed Al-Kalbani, Minister of Social Development. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
The Ministry of Social Development, represented by the Department of Family Development and Empowerment, organized a meeting for companies and institutions supporting the Tamkeen program, which targets cases benefiting from the Social Security Service.
This meeting aims to involve the private sector to participate in supporting Tamkeen program, like on-job training, direct employment, and home business projects.
The meeting focused on ways to enhance Tamkeen program. According to statistics presented at the meeting, there is around 40% of social security categories which are eligible to be empowered and invest in their potentials to participate in the economic development. During the meeting, it was also recommended to establish an electronic link with the partners supporting Tamkeen program, simplify the procedures for the individuals targeted by this program, increase cooperation in adopting joint empowerment projects, and enhance the private sector's contribution to support empowerment projects for family members benefiting from Social Security Service. Tamkeen program is one of the initiatives implemented by the Ministry of Social Development to empower low-income families and help them contribute to sustainable development. Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
The total funding granted by the Islamic banks and windows in the Sultanate amounted to around 3.9 billion Omani Riyals at the end of October 2019 compared to 3.5 billion Riyals at the same period last year. This came in the monthly statistical bulletin of the Central Bank of Oman. The total deposits at the Islamic banks and windows recorded an increase reaching 3.4 billion Riyals compared to 3.2 billion Riyals at the end of October 2018. The total assets of Islamic banks and windows together amounted to around 4.8 billion at the end of October 2019, which represented 13.8% of the total assets of the banking sector. Oman Post launched postal stamps in celebration of the 5 Omani Falags enlisted on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The Minister of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources signed on the stamps that record one of the oldest water systems in the Sultanate and registered at UNESCO, which are Dares and Khatmain in the Wilaya of Nizwa, Al-Malki in the Wilaya of Iski, Al-Maysar in the Wilaya of Rustaq, and Al-Gla' in the Wilaya of Sor. Now for the general focus around the Sultanate, clear skies will prevail over most of the governorate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning of the coast of the Arabian Sea. Cloudy skies, wind chance of intermittent drizzle are expected over the governorate of Dhofar. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate and seas will be slight or to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. Watching the Sultan of Oman television before in tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, confers medals of Royal Commendation and Excellent Service on a number of senior Royal Oman police officers. The Sultan calls on the United States and Iran to predominate dialogue language and diplomatic means in solving disputes. And Oman factory for dairy products opens and a usufruct agreement to stop the Huria factory is signed and foundation stone is laid for industrial projects in Salalah Free Zone. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from all of us here in the newsroom in the studios. Thanks for watching. Good night.